Welcome back. Austin Mayor Steve Adler joins us this midday for his weekly visit. So happy to have you back with us.
Good to be back.
A lot to cover. Let's jump right in. So the KVUE defenders did a story where they uncovered that the city spent $36 million to attract businesses and events. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, the story was about fee waivers, and the city will waive fees in certain instances when we think we're getting a benefit for those fees. That's really important for the community. So if an apartment building is being constructed and they'll put some units that'll be affordable, we'll sometimes waive fees in order to be able to get those affordable units built. What the audit showed and what we needed to learn is that we weren't keeping track of those in the city. So while we were giving them in exchange for getting something that we needed, there was no place you could go to see what was everything that we were giving and everything that we were getting. So we've asked the budget office now to keep track of those so that we can see them and measure them and monitor them more carefully.
Okay, so a checks and balance system.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what do we know about the APD contract? Where does it stand now?
Well, I think it's real important for us to get to a contract. We're one of the safest big cities in the country, the safest big city in the state, and that's because we have great officers. We pay them more than anybody else pays them. That's an important thing for us to do. But we also have to take a look at how many officers we want to add to do community policing and how we do oversight. So we didn't approve the last contract that was proposed because it didn't deal with all of those elements, but we want to get back to a contract as quickly as we can. My hope is that we'll be able to do something really quick on an interim basis so that we keep the officers getting the pay that they have and we keep the oversight that we've had while we look at these longer issues like community policing and should we had officers and certainly how much we pay officers impacts how many officers we can add. So we need to look at everything all together.
Any concerns, because we lost a number of officers, they retired, when the last contract went away. Any concerns about that?
I'm not real concerned about that at this point, and we have 1,800 officers, so we'll lose 50 officers over the course of any given year. We lost about 30 at the end of last year, so I don't know if that means we'll lose any more officers this year than we ordinarily do. But I think it is important for us to get to a contract just as quickly as we can to make sure that the officers' stipends and other monies keep coming.
And really quickly, we talked about it earlier, Amazon had their commercial, they mentioned Austin. How do you feel about that? Do you think that was a hint?
It's kind of like reading tea leaves. You don't really know what it means, but certainly to have Amazon mention us in their ads can't be all bad.
Not bad at all. Thank you so much, Mayor Adler, for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, we want you to stick around. We'll be right back.